Hello and welcome to your November 2021 TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. It's always such a pleasure and an honor to be here with you and to give you a little bit of insight and guidance into the month ahead. So TarotScopes are something that I do once a month, and I do release it the last Friday of the month is when you can expect your TarotScopes, and the videos remain open to you throughout the entire month and even thereafter. TarotScopes are recorded individually for each sign of the zodiac, and I do set the intention that they be applicable and appropriate for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So if you know what those are, you're welcome to watch those videos as well to get additional insight and guidance. So TarotScopes, basically what we look at doing is we look at getting a little bit of information around all sorts of areas of your life, just to sort of give you an indication of the energy of what's happening, what you can expect, so that you know if you're planning anything, or if anything, if there's something that you're looking at doing or looking at implementing, when is the right time to be doing that. So we do have a quick little peek in at your emotional self, your financial self, your health and well-being, as well as what to look out for and what to be careful of, or what to look forward to for the month ahead. I do work with a combination of tarot and oracle. So we do the oracle card to give us the kind of overall energy for the month, and then we use tarot to get specifics for each of the different areas that we're looking into. And as I said, these are recorded to just help you navigate whatever's going on in your life. So if you find yourself during the month worrying about something, concerned around something, nervous about something, come back to your TarotScope. Come back to TarotScope and have a look, because there may be something in it that will just help you on making the best decision, the right decision for you at that time. So I have changed my video schedule. I used to do a daily tarot readings every single day to give you guidance. Unfortunately, I've had to stop that for now, purely because it's silly season, which means that my diary is jam-packed full of appointments, and I just don't have the time to record videos each day. So at the moment, I'm giving you a week ahead reading on a Sunday. So Sunday morning, 8 a.m. South African time, 8 a.m., 9 a.m.-ish South African time, you will have a week ahead detailed reading to give you the idea, the energy for the week ahead. And then every Friday, I give you some other interesting content. It's normally a pick a card, unless it's the last Friday of the month, in which case it's TarotScopes. So friends, I am also busy recording at the moment the 2022 year ahead video readings that have been ordered. And OMG, I was completely overwhelmed with how many of you booked with me, so thank you so much for that. So I am starting to record those on the beginning of November, and that's going to keep me very, very busy. So I'm so looking forward to doing that. And yeah, to my YouTube channel members, a huge big thank you to each one of you. I do so value and appreciate your time, your energy, and the fact that you connect with me every single week. And for those of you on the top 2 tiers, every Wednesday we do live readings where you get to ask questions and I get to give you detailed answers, and it is always such fun. So if you are thinking about joining and wanting to connect with me and get readings on a weekly basis, do consider clicking that join button right down there. All right, friends, we're going to start off with your reading, and I do hope that you enjoy. If you do, please do remember to give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's get started. Okay, Gemini, let's get into your reading and let's see what the month of November has in store for you. As you can see, I have shuffled and laid out some cards just so that speed up the process a little bit, so that you don't have to watch me shuffling terribly, because I am such a bad shuffler. The cards that I'm using, or the decks that I'm working with today, is all in the little thumbnail, so all that information is there for you. We're going to start with this one over here, which is going to give you your theme for the month of November. So Gemini, let's have a look and see the overall theme for the month of November. What does Spirit have for you? And it is courage. So I love the artwork on these cards, really are absolutely stunning. So we've got a bit of a, I'm going to call it an ocean sea view kind of thing happening here, but you can see the waves crashing up against the rocks. I love the colors in the sky and all of that. But the key word is courage. So it's basically saying to you that for the month of November, you may find yourself needing to lean on or to grab or to utilize a little bit more courage in your life, in everything that you're doing and dealing with. So it's not saying that you're going to have bad times, not at all, but it's just saying that you have to be strong enough to stand up and face whatever comes at you for the month. So as we look at the specifics for the month of November, we will bring the courage in, and I'm sure we'll understand why Spirit is saying this is the theme for the month ahead. So I do think you need to be brave, you need to be strong, you need to be courageous, and you need to stand firm. Okay, I think that's the key word that comes to me, is standing firm regardless of what's happening around you, regardless of what you happen to or may be experiencing. So courage is the most important thing for you to lean on, to utilize, and to have for the month ahead. All right, so Gemini, we have got 3 cards across the top here, and these 3 represent the 3 main areas of life that we look at when doing TarotScopes. We're going to start off with your emotional self. So on an emotional energy level, where will you be? What will be happening? What's the theme or the energy around your emotional self for the month of November? And we've got the Page of Coins. First of all, this deck, I just love the artwork. It's so relatable, and I'm sure you'll understand that you can see that the story in the card. So let's actually bring it a bit closer. So Page of Coins in traditional tarot would be the Page of Pentacles. So what we've got here, I mean, we've got this young man who is walking dogs for money. Okay, so he's taken upon himself to earn a little bit of money for himself instead of relying on handouts from parents and pocket money and stuff. He's like, no, I can make my own money. Okay, and he's walking dogs. He obviously has an absolute love for dogs. Look at the smile on his face, isn't it just gorgeous? And even the neighborhood, you know, everybody's sort of coming out to celebrate and to acknowledge him. The money is being offered, he's taking it. But you know what it is, it's not like he's expecting handouts. He's quite prepared to do the work, and he's finding a balance between his passion, which is obviously the animals, and the money. Okay, and from an emotional point of view, Gemini, what this card is saying to you for the month of November, it's about taking control and taking responsibility for your own emotions. All right, and I think that's why we've got the courage here, because you know, you could be the kind of person who looks at a situation and goes, but what if the dogs bite me? What if I don't like the dogs? What if the dogs fight? What happens if I'm walking down the road and the dog, you know, poops? What happens if? And we can get ourselves so confused and so stuck and so uninspired by the what if scenario that plays out in our head. And from an emotional point of view, I do think that's exactly what Spirit is saying, is you're going to have the courage to look past those adversities, to look past those potential dangers, and just say, well, you know what, I'll deal with it when it happens. If and when it happens, I'll deal with it. But he still, even though it hasn't happened yet, he still found his courage, he still found his strength and his voice to say, I need money, and I'm just going to go out there and make it for myself. So I think this is Spirit saying to you on an emotional level, take control, take responsibility for your emotional well-being, and instead of waiting for somebody to tap you on the shoulder and say, would you like to wash my car for some money? Or would you, and I'm talking like that because he's a young man, and it's the kind of things that, you know, young kids can do to earn a bit of money, pocket money for themselves. So instead of waiting for the handout or the opportunity, he's taking it in his own hands. He's taking his life in his own hands, and he's saying, actually, I'm going to do something about it. And emotionally, I think, Gemini, this is exactly what Spirit is saying for you. It's time that you took your emotional happiness, well-being into your own hands and create opportunities for yourself that allow you to be happy, to be satisfied, and to have everything that your heart desires. But you have to find your courage in order to do that. All right. I like that. I actually think that's quite cool. All right, so Gemini, let's have a look and see with regards to your career, with regards to work and your finances. So your material possessions and your finances, what does the month of November have in store for you? Look at that. We've got the gorgeous Lovers card. So again, the artwork is just so awesome, and there's a couple of very interesting things that I want to point out on this particular card. First off, how beautiful is this couple? And look at the little puppy dog. Look how the puppy dog's looking at them with unconditional love in his eyes. And he's like, oh, mommy and daddy. So it is about unconditional love. It is about that. Now, in the background here, let's have a look and see what's happening. We have got a couple who are clearly in love, clearly besotted with each other, sharing and expressing their feelings. But then look at this poor fella here. He's like, wait, no, don't do it. Wait for me. So what this card is, and also look at the swans in the background there. So the Lover's card, it is about the union, the joining, the partnership between two willing people. Okay, so it's not only about romance, because remember this card has come up in the position of your money and your career. What is it saying to you is that you have to make decisions, commitments for the long haul, all right? Because that's what this couple have done, is they've committed to each other, they've stuck with it, they've had their goods and their bads, they've had the ups and their downs, but they've stuck with it for the long haul, and now they're at a place of happiness. But you know what? The story behind here with the three people is reminding you that you have choice. Okay, reminding you that if you just go with your initial gut feelings, and if you just go with all of those kind of things, that there may be somebody getting hurt in the process, but it is telling you that you have choice. You're not forced into doing anything you don't want to do. And again, I think it's courage to admit to yourself what it is that you want. Remember, this has got to do with your money and your career. So clearly there's a decision to be made. Clearly there is something that you're doing that maybe you've ended up doing it almost from an automatic point of view, whereas there's actually something else that really excites you and really, gets your blood pumping, and it's about having the courage to follow through with that. It's having the courage to react and respond to it. So I do think financially, career wise, in the stuff that you do with your tangible stuff, the Gemini, there's definitely something on your mind, okay? A change, or something that you're wanting to respond to, react to, or initiate, but you're afraid. So this is Spirit saying to you, dig deep, find the courage, find the confidence, find that energy to make a decision and to go with what really is going to make you happy without any kind of concern around the past or around anything else. So I do think that's actually quite fabulous. I really do. And I think this is saying to you it's going to be okay. All right? Because maybe it's the fear of what if that's been holding you back from making this decision or acting out, making the changes to your finances and to your career. But now that you know that you have to be strong and you have to be brave and courageous, maybe now it'll make it a bit easier for you to do that. Okay. And again, let's bring these two into each other. The Page of Coins here, he's creating opportunity for himself. And maybe that's exactly what you've done and why you're here. But now we're afraid, nervous, like, what if it's wrong? What if I make the wrong decision? What if I shouldn't be doing this? Be brave. Okay, be brave and definitely do it. Alrighty. Gemini, we're now going to have a look at your health and well-being. So on your physical, we've looked at emotions, we've looked at career and money, and now we're going to look at your physical being. What do you need to be aware of, mindful of? What is in store for you for the month of November? First thing I notice is we've got two page energies. Now, the significance of page energy. So pages generally carry messages. They generally, like from spirit, just a reminder of something that you need to do, and a sort of a nudge. But page energy is also quite naive and quite innocent and quite enthusiastic. So here we had a young man who was creating opportunity for himself, taking his own life into his own hands in a positive sense and creating things. And what we've got here, let me actually bring it a bit closer. So here we have a whole bunch of boys playing out in the forest, okay? And we have a little river that they need to cross. And these two are like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And he's like, just jump, He's just running and jumping. He's just taking a leap of faith. And he's going for it. He's got his torch, which means he can see a little bit. But he's just really trusting in his own abilities. And he's taking the initiative and he's just jumping. These guys at the back here are going like, OMG, what have you done? How did you do that? And they may be celebrating what he's done, but they also may be a little bit nervous about trying to do it for themselves. Okay, you can see like the little dude in red, he looks quite shocked and surprised. Whereas the dude in green is like, oh yeah, man. So basically what this is, friends. So Gemini, this is Spirit saying to you, when it comes to taking care of your physical, your health and your well-being, sometimes we mustn't get too stuck in the thought process. Sometimes we have to be brave and we have to take that leap of faith. Sometimes we just have to say, you know what, to hell with consequences. I'm running across. I'm jumping over. Yes, I may touch the water. Yes, I may get my shoes dirty and wet. Yes, I may get scolded by my mom. But you know what? It's okay. It's that, I want to call it that innocent rebellion kind of attitude. And this is what you need to have with yourself, with your physical being. Because remember, this is talking about your health and well-being. So it is saying that you're sort of standing, I'm going to call it, on the wrong side of the river, and you definitely need to get yourself across. You definitely need to progress from this side to this side. And there isn't a bridge. There isn't an easy way. There isn't an easy solution here, which has maybe got you sort of stuck in your mind a little bit. And this is Spirit saying to you, just take that leap, okay? Again, it's about the courage and the confidence. There is something that you need to do, something that you need to change within yourself, within your health and the well-being, and you're pondering, questioning, thinking, not feeling very confident about it, and this is Spirit telling you, go for it. Absolutely. In the month of November, don't overthink it. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Jump over, because what waits you on the other side is so much better than what's on that side. Alrighty. Okay. So Gemini, we've got 2 cards left, and this is from a completely separate tarot deck, which means that these 3 cards get an opportunity to show themselves again if their message is really relevant and significant for you. We're looking at what is it that you need to embrace during the month of November, and what do you need to be careful of in the month of November. So those are the 2 questions we're asking. So let's have a look. What do you need to embrace now in the month of November? We have another page. So we've got the page of coins, we've got the page of coins, and we've got the page of wands. So honestly, I think this is definitely some kind of major confirmation for you. Definitely something big that you need to be paying attention to. Now, so page of coins, let me just explain it again. Page of coins is about the enthusiasm, the brave, kind of courageous courage that you have to initiate, to start, to do, okay? The page is also somebody who maybe doesn't have all the knowledge or all the experience, all the understanding, but they have the enthusiasm. And sometimes that enthusiasm to get stuff done is all that we need. And this is definitely Spirit saying something that you should embrace this month. And I think it's about recognizing that you may not have all the answers. You may not know how everything's going to pan out and how everything's going to work, especially when it comes to jumping over this little river, stream. Thank you, stream. So yes, jumping over the stream, you may slip, you may fall, you may get full of mud, but so what? All right, we're going to be brave, we're going to have our courage. So what? When we make a decision, when we follow our heart space, when we do things that, making decisions on how to live a better, happier life, we don't necessarily know how it's going to turn out, but we're confident enough to try. And this is what page of coins or page of pentacles is all about. It's about having that confidence. It's about having that initial kind of enthusiasm to just give it a go, knowing that you might not have all the information. All right. So definitely, Gemini, it certainly looks like there's a lot of shifts and changes happening in your life. And it's definitely a month of being brave, being courageous, and not being afraid to take a chance. Not being afraid to take a chance. Okay, so as much as Spirit are really urging you to take that chance and to take that leap of faith and to just do it, let's have a look and see, because here is what do you need to be careful of, mindful of during the month? What should you be a little bit cautious around? Okay, so this almost is exactly what I was saying to you a second ago, okay? Because what we've got here is a major arcana card. We've got 2 major arcana cards and 3 pages. So the major arcana card we have here is the Magician. You can see by his hands, he's showing as above, so below. On the table, he has got all the things that he could possibly need to create stuff, to do stuff, to make stuff, okay? So he definitely, and what is magic? Let's open that dialogue for a second. What is magic? Magic is creating an outcome that seemed impossible, but yet it is possible because it was done. Even if in doing so, we're doing a sleight of hand, even though when we do it, we're maybe doing a little bit of deceiving or deception, it's not all as it seems. So, but he's still creating, he's still pulling a rabbit out of the hat, okay? But this is what Spirit is saying you need to be careful of. And I think what it's saying to you is, even though we've got all this page energy, even though we've got all this bravery and courage happening for you during the month of November, this is Spirit saying to you, please recognize that things can still go wrong. This is what Spirit is saying, is that even though you have the potential and the possibility to do some really amazing things, jumping over that stream, making some changes to your career and your money, and creating opportunities for yourself for emotional happiness and satisfaction, you need to recognize that even though you do have the potential to create really awesome things for yourself, there is also the potential for things to go wrong. So just be mindful and careful of that you may have all the tools, but you don't have all the knowledge and the experience, which is what I have kept saying with regards to the page cards. Okay. So this is definitely Spirit saying to you, go for it, embrace it, do it, carry it all out, but still be careful, be cautious. So Gemini, I don't know about you, but I'm quite excited for November for you. I think November's going to be fabulous. You have a lot of information to take in, a lot of information to absorb, and I do hope that it helps you during the month of November to just live the best life that you can. Alrighty. So, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, Gemini.